A over 5 equals 12. Connor.
You multiply, you multiply the 5 by 5 and it equals 1. You multiply A over 5 by 5 and it
Okay,
equals
great.
1. And
Okay.
then you put 5 under, 5 under 12.
Okay. Actually, we don't put 5 under 12, but what do we do to
I
both
mean,
sides?
we multiply 12 by 5.
Absolutely, we multiply. Here's the way I want you to write this. Okay? This one is the one that is the odd duck in the whole flock. Is that what you call a flock of ducks? It's not. But anyway, here's what we do. We're going to multiply both sides by 5. So over here, I want you to multiply by 5, and over here, I want you to multiply by 5. Now I left some space under the 5 on the left so I can do 5 over 1. So 5 over 1 times A over 5. If you remember from multiplying fractions, we can cancel those 5's. Right? Because we're multiplying and they both become 1's. Everybody remember that? Okay. I can find a common factor of 5 and 5. What is the common factor between 5 and 5? 5. So I can divide both of those numbers by 5 and simplify my problem before I multiply. Now, what is left on the left-hand side? On the left-hand side? A. The only thing that's left is A. I'm not going to have to put A over 1 because I know that A over 1 equals A, so we're going to save ourselves a little bit of steps. A equals what? 60. Now how do I check that? So we're going to do 60 over 5 equals 12. What is 60 over 5? 12. Does 12 equal 12? Then yes, I am correct. Okay. Any questions about this one? Great. I want you to keep your notes out, but I also want you to take your whiteboard and marker out. Negative 3 equals x plus 2. Okay. Can you share it right now? I'll get you in a minute. Do I erase marker? What is different about this equation than the others that we've done?
The answer is
Elizabeth?
the answer is first, and then the equation is second.
Okay, using the word variable, tell me what's different about this equation than the ones we've done before.
The variable is I don't know.
Where is the variable in this equation compared to where the variable has been? Brayden?
Variable is on the right, and it's usually on the left.
Exactly. In this case, the variable is on the right side of the equal sign instead of on the left side. Does it change what we do? It does not change anything that we do. We're still trying to get the x by itself. So what do I need to do in this equation to get the x by itself? Connor?
Subtract 2 from 2. And
Subtract 2, three words. Subtract 2
from positive 2?
from
negative 3?
from both sides. That is those are the three words that come after every operation. Subtract 2 from both sides. Okay? So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Now, we have to use our brains a little bit on this one. What's negative 3 minus negative 2? Eli? Negative 1.
Oh yeah.
Because minus negative,
It's not minus negative.
that's wrong.
Okay.
I just wanted to see if people on video were paying attention. What's negative 3 minus 2? My bad.
Negative 5.
Because it's plus negative 2, so this would be negative 5 equals what? X. Okay, let's check it to make sure. How do I check it to make sure?
Negative
Say
3.
what?
Negative 5 plus
You do negative 3 equals negative 5 plus 2.
And what is negative 5 plus 2?
Negative 3.
Equals negative 3, is that right?
Yes.
Then we're good. Okay? This one is for you to do on your whiteboard, and then I'll ask you to show it to me. B over 4 equals 13. If you need to look in your composition book to remember how to write it, please do. Because remember, I'm particular about how I want it written. Where is that one? Show me your boards, please. Great, everybody whose board is up is correct. B equals 52. How did I get that?
You multiply 4 over 1 but times b, or b over 4, right? Yeah, and then you multiply 4 by 13.
Great. So I'm going to multiply by 4 over 1 and by 4. And so B equals 52. Fantastic. The next one that I want you to do, excuse me, negative 3/8 M equals 21. Now we've thrown a little trickery in here. What is the trickery in this one? What is different about this equation than any other equation we've done?
The variable is
The variables with the fraction.
That I have a fraction. And what am I doing with that fraction?
Multiply.
I'm multiplying. So what is the opposite of multiplying?
Dividing.
Let's think for just a second. Dividing. If I was going to divide by something on both sides, what would it be?
3.
Negative 3 over 8.
Negative 3 over 8. Listen carefully to this one and think. Dividing by negative 3 over 8 is the same as doing what? Absolutely. I'm going to write that at the bottom. Dividing by 3 over 8 is the same as multiplying by 8 over 3. I'm not worried about the whole negative things right now. I just want you to make sure that you understand that dividing by a fraction is exactly the same thing as multiplying its, anybody know the word for that?
Flip.
Oh, it starts with an R.
It does start with an R. It's a long word that starts with an R.
Oh my god.
Rock monster.
Oh, I know.
Recipient.
Recipient.
Reciprocal.
Reciprocal.
Okay, it's the reciprocal. I need you to catch this right now because you're going to be using it a lot this year. Dividing by a fraction is exactly the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So up here in this equation, reciprocal is the flip of the fraction. Okay? So instead of dividing by negative 3/8, what do I want to do to both sides? Multiply by,
8 over negative 3. No.
right, multiply by negative 8 over 3. So what do I have remaining on the left-hand side of this equation? the m. The 8's cancel out, the 3's cancel out, and I'm left with m. How do I do what is on the right-hand side, Braden?
You changed 21 to a fraction.
Which would be,
21 over 1.
and then what?
Multiply.
Great. Can I cancel anything out first to make my multiplying easier?
Yes.
What?
21 and 3.
How do I do that? Divide both of them by what?
3.
Divide both of them by 3. 3 divided by 3 is?
1.
21 divided by 3 is?
7.
Great. So now what is my answer?
56.
Negative 56. It is so important that you pay attention to those negatives. The variable always has to be positive. In this case, m equals negative 56. Okay. Are we good?
Yes.